I may not be a fashion it girl, but I am a girl wearing clothes fashion, if you will, and I have a microphone, so listen up.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hello, hello. You may be wondering, who does she think she is, giving out tips to have better style when she's worn outfits like this? But you know what? As somebody that has worn outfits like that, don't you think I know things to do to make my style better? Because I mean, I don't want to give myself like too much props, but I will say I think my style is better now than it was then, and it's continuing to evolve, and it will continue throughout my entire life. And this is a list of things that I am actively trying to integrate into new purchases, specifically secondhand. I thrift all my clothes, but even with that, keeping in my mind when I'm thrifting, whether it's in store or online, and also things that I've done that I feel has had the most impact with my style and just overall how I feel in my clothing, because that's what makes the most difference. It's not necessarily what someone is wearing, it is how they feel in that outfit and that confidence that exudes out of them that makes them have better style. I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of the jewelry that I'm wearing today, which is from Lingear, who is sponsoring today's video, which we will talk about a little later. The best thing you can do for your style in 2025 is digitizing your wardrobe. I really hate to use the phrase life-changing just because it is thrown around so much on social media, usually to just sell you stuff that you don't need, but digitizing my wardrobe was life-changing. Not only to be able to see the view of everything that I own, but I can make outfits from the app. I can have a better grasp when I am thrifting to see if something would even go with the stuff that I own. I was such a polyvore kid, so being able to create outfit collages and like tap into that creativity with the clothes that I own, you also get a better idea of what you are actually wearing and not wearing by tracking the outfits that you are wearing. And I personally use Index, but I've used Open Wardrobe. I know a lot of people love the Wearing app, and there's so many different digitizing wardrobe apps that you can choose from. So whatever makes sense for you, whatever you prefer, go with that. And I am telling you, it is one of the best things I did in 2024 for my 2025 style. Only buy good quality pieces. And what good quality a piece is going to be really dependent on you and your preferences in regards to materials, fit, look. But I would argue if something is made very, very cheap, like it's just not gonna hang well, it's not going to fit well, it's not gonna last well. A perfect example is this star cardigan that, oh my gosh, was being pushed to me so hard on TikTok, and it was like $3 and people were going absolutely wild for it. And it was allegedly a copy of this handmade one that you can just tell the quality looks so much better. Higher quality items a lot of times can be more expensive, so maybe it's not possible. Like for that, I think that one's like $300, but finding something secondhand that is similar, that is the best cost-effective way to find good quality items, a lot of them being vintage, even if they are made with synthetic materials that in today's clothes literally feels like bathing suit material, but it's supposed to be a sweater. Back then it was still made better, so it actually feels better than the new versions that are coming out. I made an entire video about polyester and a bunch of different fabrics and the pros and cons and all of that, so I will have that linked. And I don't even think it necessarily means that everything has to be like 100% cotton or $500. I think you will know when a piece is high quality and you will wear it so much more. This also goes for accessories in regards to buying high quality. I think accessories is the biggest category where people usually choose cheap just because it seems silly to spend. And I know for a lot of people that isn't possible as well, again, thrifting. But if anything, accessories are gonna get so much more wear, especially compared to a top. You may wear your accessories every single day. So do not overlook the quality. I am currently kind of going through this process in regards to adding more silver jewelry and also just different types of accessories that I haven't really gotten into, and taking my time with it. As I mentioned, all of the jewelry I'm wearing is from Lanier, and not only is sustainability a core value of the brand, but all their products are built to last. Lanier uses recycled materials when possible, including 100% recycled gold and silver. They also use lab-grown diamonds and offset carbon emissions for every shipment. I actually bought with my own money their silver huggy hoop earrings made out of recycled sterling silver to match with these silver chunky hoop earrings, also made out of sterling silver, that they had sent me, and they are both amazing. Super lightweight for all day wear without feeling cheap. I've been wanting to add just a super simple silver necklace that I can wear with anything into my collection, because all of my simple necklaces are gold, and this Lanier paperclip necklace is going to be so easy to wear with anything and everything. I can also pair it with my other gold necklaces to do a little mix metal action that I've been wanting to dabble in. Talking about styles I've been wanting to dabble in, rings are something that I feel are such a cherry on top of an outfit, and I ended up picking up 3 different ones from Lanier. This double stacking ring, Idalia, is made out of their gold vermeil that has a sterling silver base versus fast fashion brass base. Their plating is 5 times thicker than regular gold plated jewelry. I also have their beaded ring Irene and stacking ring Lillian to create the perfect ring combinations. If you've been looking for good quality jewelry, then check out Lanier with my link in the description, and also my special code to get a percentage off your order. If you are a thrifter, you need to know your measurements. Honestly, not even a thrifter. In general, I think we should all know our measurements, or, because I know knowing measurements can be triggering, and I totally understand that, taking clothing that you own, that you love the fit of, and measuring that and having that be like the blueprint of measurements of new things that you would want to bring into your wardrobe, just verifying those measurements, that totally works too. Whether you're online shopping or in-person shopping, knowing the measurements that you need something to be is going to be so helpful in helping you not have a regretful purchase, especially for those that have thrift stores that do not have dressing rooms anymore. I will try stuff on still on top of some bike shorts, but even then, I won't be able to really know what the exact fit is going to be like, because the bike shorts are going to create, to an extent, some bulk. So verifying then the measurements, it'll just save you so much heartache. I always just focused on the numerical of sizing. So, and pants being like, oh, I always go for a 4 or a 6, or in tops, small, medium. I never really paid attention, especially with new clothing online, what those measurements were for those sizes. And I'm sure we can all relate to buying something in the size that we always buy from a brand, even from the same brand. It may fit completely different. So always go to the size chart and verify the measurements before just choosing your regular size. And so even for jeans, for instance, looking at the rise, the waist, the hip, the inseam, even the like width of the leg of the jean, if there's like a certain width of it wanting to be more of a boot cut or a wide leg, just verifying even that measurement is what you want. I will say you may still run into issues with sizing, even with verifying the measurements, just because things, depending on the material, which always double check the material of an item, but depending on the material, it may actually fit completely different, even with the measurements. This has happened to me on Depop, thinking I got everything right and it doesn't end up fitting. It happens, but knowing the measurements that you're wanting will help that not happen as much. And also another tip, kind of still part of this one, is using Google Lens to search for the items that you're wanting to buy, specifically secondhand. So whether it's on Depop, ThredUp, or even with in-person, I would recommend from the thrift store if you're unsure about actually how that thing is gonna fit, and maybe you can't try it on in person, or again, it's online, Google Lens it, because you can actually have an idea of what it would fit like, and that'll give you a little bit more information in regards to the measurements. I've found so many things on ThreadUp that I was like, oh my God, that is so cute. And then I Google Lens it and I'm like, oh, actually that is gonna fit completely different on an actual body than a mannequin. If it is possible, I recommend taking a day, going to the mall or going to the thrift store if you have dressing rooms, and just try on everything and anything, whether you like it or not. And I'm talking about like different styles, different silhouettes, different fits, different colors, different patterns, to really get an understanding of what you do and do not like. Because maybe you do have an idea of, oh, I like this stuff, but maybe you like other stuff, but you just haven't tried it yet. I'm not saying to buy anything. Honestly, I would almost say don't buy anything. It's just for research purposes. I very much miss when we had dressing rooms at my thrift store, so I really could try on everything. And I used to do like thrifting, spring trends, where it wasn't about what I necessarily would wear. It was more about just like finding the trends, and specifically ones that maybe were outside of my comfort zone. And because of those videos, I ended up trying stuff on and like probably being able to try it on before dressing rooms were taken away. But it gave me so much insight, and yeah, I ended up actually having things that are now core parts of my personal style because I tried it on. And I completely understand this isn't possible for everyone, especially in regards to sizing. Not every store is gonna have your size, and I totally understand. But even stores that you don't like that have your size, just go in and try on a bunch of stuff. I used to be a dressing room attendant, and so sometimes it does make me feel terrible about going to the dressing room, trying on a bunch of stuff, and like not buying it. I feel really bad. But as long as you are respectful, you button everything back up, you zip everything up, or even put it back. If you were feeling very guilty about trying on a bunch of stuff and like then giving it to them, just put it back yourself, because the information that you're gonna get from it is going to give you, again, so much insight, so much helpful things to take on with the purchases then you do end up making. I didn't even mean to put this next one right after the last one, but it kind of perfectly segues, which is creating a list of clothing that you absolutely hate, and shoes, accessories, pants, skirts, socks, tights, like as specific and as picky and as dumb, put it on the list. A lot of the things that you're gonna try in the last one that you end up being like, okay, I absolutely hate this, write it down. What is it about that item that you hate? So maybe I should have said with the last one, like really thinking about what is the reason you hate that thing. Is it the cut? Is it the color? Is it X, Y, and Z? Write that down. I have, how long is my list? I have a list that is 27 items long, and I continue to add stuff to it. And there's something about having it in writing that makes you stick to it a lot more versus just a thought of, oh, I know I've thrifted mohair before and I didn't like it, but maybe this one will be different. No, it will not. It will not be different. As a Pinterest lover, I will be the first to say, don't only use Pinterest as inspiration. And again, I do like seasonal Pinterest boards, and I love Pinterest. I really do love Pinterest. There's a lot of ads, there's a lot of AI, so we'll see what happens. But honestly, I think that's why it is even more helpful. Even if you love Pinterest and Pinterest is like filling your cup, have other ways to get inspiration as an addition, because I think it can also help you not do as much copy and paste with your Pinterest outfits, because you're getting other influences. With Pinterest, a lot of times they'll just keep serving you the same stuff, which is, you know, fine and dandy. But when you are really wanting to step outside the box or just do something different, but still part of your style, that is when getting it from outside things that maybe aren't even your style. One of my best advices is to not necessarily follow people that have the same style as you. I think seeing how someone puts together an outfit, maybe that outfit you would never wear, but like their thought process, what they pay attention to, can be so helpful. There was a trend last year of people talking about where to get inspiration that is not Pinterest, so I will leave some of my favorite down below. And a lot of people obviously movies, TV shows. Katie from Steal the Spotlight does so many videos recreating cartoons or even anime outfits. So again, totally recommend her and like how to take something from like a cartoon or an anime and implement it into your style. One of my favorites that I've recently been rewatching is Totally Spies. I stumbled across the live stream of season 1 on YouTube. The fits are so good and they have different outfits all of the time. I don't think I fully paid attention to the creativity of different outfits that they put them all in. Claps, absolute claps. Maybe some of the outfits I wouldn't fully wear personally, but I'm excited after I watch it to then get creative with my own clothes. Another great place to get fashion inspo is following people that aren't content creators. Maybe they kind of do it on the side, but they don't have a million or even 100,000 followers. Some of my favorite creators on TikTok have like 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers, which is still like, still takes a lot to get to that, but they're just normal people. And I feel they have some of the best style, like better style than people that have a million followers. Also following people that don't do just fashion content. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of like different themes of content that people can make. An example is the Big Book Lady. Their outfits are always so good. They're very simple, they're very her, but like every pattern that she's wearing, like it feels so cozy, and I get, yeah, so much inspiration from her. Even though I am not a book talk consumer, I'm not a book person. I'm sorry to disappoint. So I'm on there for the fashion inspo, even though that's not the purpose of it. It is giving me a lot of fashion inspo. Be okay with a bad outfit. That is how you learn. And whether or not in the moment you think it's a bad outfit, sometimes even the fear of having a bad outfit causes me to have a bad outfit because I'm thinking about it too much. And at the end of the day, it's clothes. Calm down. It's gonna be okay. I would rather have horrific outfits, and I have, than not try. Then just wear something that's safe. I don't want to be safe. And maybe I still love a simple outfit. That's not what I'm talking about. Wearing something that I don't even like because in my head it's the safest way to not make too much of a statement, to not have an outfit that's going to look outdated in a month. All of that doesn't matter. Throw it out of the window and accept that the outfit that you are wearing is probably bad, and that's okay. You will look back and learn from it. I've already mentioned this in a couple of videos. I think the video where it's like why your style sucks, but I'm gonna mention it again because it's a great reminder for me for 2025, because I've already had this happen at the thrift store and I had to accept it. But if you were unsure about buying something, just don't buy it. I think, at least for me, when I'm going thrifting, especially if I'm having to drive quite far and just the hunt of being at the thrift store, you know, you're 2 hours in and you have a cart full of cute stuff, cute, fine stuff, but you're like, I could do without it. I'm kind of like 70% yes. And so if it's not 100%, don't buy it. I would rather leave with nothing than leave with something that I'm going to regret. It's like the biggest stab in my heart to have a regretful purchase, especially in regards to knowing that you were already unsure about it. It's one thing to buy something and for whatever reason it doesn't work out, but you were so excited, you were 100% about the item. But when you were already not sure about it and you don't wear it and you end up regretting it, and just all like, you should have just left it. Save yourself the self-hatred and leave that item, because you're then gonna have a full closet of things that were like 50% yes, that you were even like 30% yes, but you ended up still getting it. And no, we want a closet full of stuff that you were 100% heck yeah, I want to buy this. One of the biggest negatives that ultra cheap fast fashion has had on our society is this lack of care for the clothing that we own, because so much of it is so cheap that, number one, it falls apart really easily, but it's also really difficult to put back together because it's so incredibly cheap. And also because it's so cheap, why would I put in the effort to fix it when it was only $3? Or take it to a tailor when that can cost, I don't know exactly how much a tailor is. I am gonna be taking a bag to a tailor very soon. I may include it in a video of like fixing my clothes, so that will be happening. But taking it to a tailor and just fixing, having a hole in your clothes is not the end all be all. Whether it is dyeing an item, again, fixing a hole, or even slightly resizing to make it bigger or smaller, if you really love that item, keep it. Take care of it. I think a lot of people, including myself, are a little hesitant with sewing, especially stuff that you really love. I feel that is something that, at least again, for myself, I end up not fixing, even though I love it, because I don't want to ruin it and I'd rather it than just go to somebody else as is, so I don't destroy it, because we all have been there at the thrift store and seen the thrift flips that were thrift fails, you know, and I don't want that item to be it, because it's so beautiful and so wonderful. But I could have just taken it to a tailor. It almost has felt like it was you giving up by taking it to a tailor, which is not the case. A lot of tailors are small businesses. They have spent years on their craft and skill, and if anything, I want to support them even more so. Even if the thing that I want to get altered or tailored or changed, whatever, is super small and it feels so silly to have someone fix it because it's so tiny. If it's stopping you from wearing it and you want to wear it and you would wear it and you're deciding to get rid of it because of that thing, take it. Take it. Obviously, again, pricing and all that, but from what I've seen from other people that I've watched that talked about taking their clothes to the tailor, it's not as much as I thought. If you have an item that the measurements ended up being off and it came and it doesn't properly fit you, this always happens to me with like the armpits. It makes such a big difference for that part to fit. Like that ruins the outfit. That ruins my confidence in the outfit, because I know there's like this fabric that just kind of like moves weird and it looks weird. It doesn't look how I want it to look, and I'm not gonna feel good about my outfit nor my style if it doesn't fit how I want it to fit. And so taking it to a tailor, or again, doing it yourself. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that you implemented that has really made a difference with your style and how you feel and like the clothing that you wear. Again, thank you so much to Lanier for sponsoring today's video, which check them out with my link below, and also a special discount to get a percentage off of your order. If you would like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!